Hey, what's up, everybody? It's WODU Studios, the best in college radio, hosting KBR Sports, the best sports talk show of your 24-hour day. I'm your host, Brendan Abbin. To my right is my co-host, Kylie Lewis. To my left is Rashad Pennell. And then our guest for today is Rudy Henderson. We hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving break and ate good. Had a good couple of cheat days, and is ready to get back down to the grind now because we definitely are with finals week and everything. How are y'all doing this morning?
Chilling, try to make it out here. 2 more weeks.
I need some sleep.
I'm just living life.
All right. Brady's living a sweet life right now. But we got a good amount of topics for y'all today. We're gonna get into of course the big news of the weekend. Kobe Bryant retiring, and what he's meant for the NBA, what his what his legacy is going on moving forward after so far the 16 games into the season, what the Lakers have looked like and what Kobe has looked like. We're just gonna reflect on Kobe Bryant, just what he's meant for the league, and different things that have also come into like with Kobe Bryant. Then we'll also talk about the other big news is the Patriots finally losing a game, now having one loss in the record, and now all of a sudden Denver's chances to get home field advantage looks a lot more realistic because now to the Patriots one loss, the Denver has two losses. So it looks more realistic with Brock Osweiler leading the charge. So we're going to be asking the question, can Brock lead them to the Super Bowl? And if that's realistic, we'll also get into Kevin Durant's comments to the media about Kobe Bryant and their treatment of Kobe Bryant. And we'll talk about if Kevin Durant actually has a fair point, or if Kevin Durant is coming for the media again. And then we'll also talk about which NFL head coach, deserves to get fired the most, because there's a lot of teams that have underperformed to the talent that they have, or there are teams that coaches made wholesale changes and then the team hasn't performed. So we'll get into that. But to start off with, yeah, to get started,
No
we're gonna
shots fired.
yeah, right. To get started, we're gonna talk about the Patriots. They they've been playing at a high level all season, but then you have to start asking the question: when do the injuries become too much for a team to handle? Because it seems as though every single week the Patriots are losing key players. Like even in the game against the Broncos, they lost Dante Hightower. Then they lost Keyshawn to another injury also, who's their backup running back. So if you yeah, and if you list all the Patriots injuries for this whole season, they had Brian Timms has been out, James Devlin, Daryl Roberts, Brandon LaFell, Brian Stork, Julian Edelman, Nate Soldier, Terrell Brown, Rufus Johnson, Ryan Wendell, Jamie Collins, Dion Lewis, Danny Amendola, Aaron Dobson, Michael Williams, Justin Coleman. It just seems like there's you can only get injured, have so many injuries, and expect to remain playing at a high level. But they've done it. They've done it, and it was just bound to catch up to them when they were going to play a high level team, which came in the form of the Denver Broncos. And it's not like Denver, had the Patriots number or anything like that. It took them going to overtime to beat the Patriots. And even in the fourth quarter, the Patriots were without Rob Gronkowski because of that late hit he got on his knee. And yet they managed to force the game to overtime. So what do y'all think about the Patriots loss to the Broncos, and how do you feel like it impacts their chances of getting back to a back-to-back Super Bowl? We'll start this off with you, Kylie. What do you think?
Oh, okay. Um, it was. It's just it's weird to see them lose. Really, like especially since they're like the premier team that always wins. I do think that the injuries played a lot into their loss. You mean like you were saying, you can't lose people each week, and then it's gonna eventually catch up to you. Especially when you lose some of your top the what you call it top weapons on your offense. It like kind of definitely puts a dent into your performance. Um, I I didn't think they was gonna lose to the Denver Broncos, but Brock Osweiler came through this week. Um, then Patriots just took that L, surprisingly.
All right, Rashad, what do you think?
I'm not surprised one bit. I told y'all the Patriots gonna go down. I just I just didn't think it was gonna be to the Broncos. You know who I thought it was gonna be? I thought it was gonna be to the Bills, who
This man said it wasn't even an upset.
who let me down.
Yeah,
Who let me down. But I told y'all the Patriots will lose at least one game. They haven't losing to the Broncos. Supports my case. But Brock Osweiler, no, he's not going to Super Bowl. Really.
No, we'll get to that.
Oh.
Yeah,
I just that name, just himself, just makes me want to talk about him now. Just how much
Skipping subjects.
All right.
I just
Don't do that to that man.
it's just because I don't know.
Focus on the Patriots. The Patriots, man.
All right, the Patriots injuries affected them losing, affected them big time. Having no Edelman, having no Danny Amendola, losing Gronk in the fourth. See, when you look at it, how that game shaped out. If you think about the muff punt, that wouldn't have happened if Amendola or Edelman was back there.
Nope.
That wouldn't have happened. Did he get fired?
Yeah,
Did he get released? Got released.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think that wouldn't have happened if they were there, and technically that game probably wouldn't have lost. But injuries.
Oh, quick. He's referring to the player that dropped the punt, not Danny Amendola or
Yeah,
Julian Edelman.
So if Danny Amendola or Julian Edelman there, technically that game. Well, you never know how that game would have went because it's different players in there, different different play styles, way to move the ball to the field, more weapons for Tom Brady. But that pump never got muffed. Game wouldn't end the way it ended. We probably be talking about the Patriots still being undefeated right now. So injuries had a big part to play in it.
All right, Rudy, let me hear your perspective on it.
I think injuries had a big part to play in this particular game, but I think in the long run, as far as making the Super Bowl run, they won't. They're supposed to get Edelman back. Gronk is supposed to miss at most one game. They said Donta Hightower's the injury isn't that serious. They'll probably get one of those running backs back or some other people back on the way back. Honestly,
Wait, so are you saying they won't make it to the Super Bowl?
no, I'm saying that the injuries aren't going to affect them going to the Super Bowl. Yes, because they're going to get these players back before the playoffs. And we've seen with the Patriots training staff and just the way they are professionally, when they come back, they're ready to be plugged back in and play. They're not like how I sort of felt Tony Romo got rushed back in. I don't think with the Patriots, when their players come back, they're ready to play. So I don't think the injuries will affect them. And I also think there's a little bit of gamesmanship here from the Patriots. They had the muff punt. Some things were going wrong. I honestly believe that they weren't trying their hardest to win that game because best case scenario, Brock Osweiler wins that starting job and they run over the Broncos in the playoffs. So.
But see, really, what I'm saying is, you just said that they'll come back completely healthy.
Mm-hmm.
You can't sit here and say, especially because Danny Amendola has a history of injuries. You have to worry about him when he comes back. Is he gonna stay healthy? You have to worry about if Julian Edelman does return, or when he does return, how that foot's gonna hold up. You got to think about, is he gonna be a step slower? Is Gronk gonna be a step slower because his knee? You got to think of all this stuff. You just got to think about everything with these injuries. Like, yeah, the training staff may be good, make them come back, but would they be as effective as they just were playing to get them to undefeated into this game?
I mean, there's one reason I'm not really worried about them losing a step or anything like that, and that's because they have T. Brady at quarterback. Had they had anybody else back there, just the regular schlubs, then it would really affect them. But T. Brady makes you get open. T. Brady can get you open regardless if you're slow, fast, can't catch anything like that. He can make you get that ball.
Like taking a step off of someone's speed is a lot.
That is a lot.
Especially someone like Julian who always gets open.
See, that is a lot, but then you have to think about
let me interject real quick. I think. But I also don't think they would bring back Julian Edelman unless he could go.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
What I mean? Like, I don't think they would bring him back at like, say,
70%.
70%. I think they'd be like, okay, let's get you ready because foot injuries are no joke.
Exactly.
So I think they would wait till he was legit fully healthy to be like, okay, now he still has his quickness, his speed. Granted, there are, I mean, a lot of players in the NFL have injury histories.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rob Gronkowski himself has injury
it's
history.
Not like Danny Amendola or
No, Rob Gronkowski's missed whole seasons because of his knee, his elbow, his tricep or something like that. Like he's missed whole seasons because of Robert Gronkowski has a bad injury history too.
But when he plays, he's not hurt. Like he's not hurt every season. Like he can play a complete season.
But Danny Amendola,
we haven't seen Danny Amendola or like a Wes Welker or somebody like that play a whole season.
I don't think
Danny Amendola's played a whole season, but the problem is that we didn't really look to Danny Amendola as much as a focal point. The Patriots, he's been on the Patriots for years now.
Exactly, that's what I was saying.
Julian Edelman just overshadowed him. That's all it is. But the minute Julian Edelman got hurt, Danny Amendola's role stepped up. So we actually paid more attention to Danny Amendola. But Danny Amendola's been healthy since he got to the Patriots from leaving the Rams.
But
he's been healthy.
He's had concussions.
He's been healthy. Julian Edelman's had concussions too. A lot of players in the NFL have had concussions. Aaron Rodgers had concussions.
But if you think about those slot receivers, they get it the most.
They do get hit.
Danny Amendola gets hit the most for those. He's known for getting those concussions. That's why kind of the Rams didn't really want him as much.
The Rams got rid of Danny Amendola because I mean we just didn't it was one of those points we started getting rid of all our talent because we had nobody. It was like one of those seasons that you're just like, well, time to rebuild.
Why get rid of your talent?
And now they have the great Nick Foles
because we couldn't like it's one of those things you don't want to keep good players down. I guess that's why they let Steven Jackson go.
Steven Jackson wasn't that good of a player at that point in his career.
Well, that's general managers and coaches' job. Like you like, we want you to have a good. No, you want to win.
We weren't winning. That's the thing. We weren't winning. We weren't winning. And Danny Amendola wasn't producing like that. Like the way he was in that one game for the Patriots. No, we just didn't have a quarterback. That's the thing. Topic. We didn't have a quarterback. Yeah, exactly. But we just didn't have a quarterback. But the point is that we don't. But the point is the fact that every player in the NFL has been injured at some point in time. If that's the case, then what's the case that we can say that the Steelers will make it to the wild card or whatever? Because Ben Roethlisberger's injury prone. Ben Roethlisberger gets hurt all the time, but he plays through half the time.
He really got hurt the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like this man's been consistently hurt, yet he always is in uniform. I don't know how it happens. Like, what is the Pittsburgh training staff doing? Like,
man is made out of steel.
Like I don't know something. He's always there to play. I don't get it, but
made out of steel during the week, silly putty during games.
He still finishes them. I don't know how.
He didn't finish last week.
He didn't.
but he took himself out though.
Wait, y'all. See, we be rolling and then we just go somewhere else. We go to a whole nother place.
I just think those injuries will affect their chance of making the Super Bowl. I don't think they can win the Super Bowl.
Who will make the Super Bowl over them?
Who will make the Super Bowl over them?
No, you just said Brock can't take them. You just said Brock can't take them to the Super Bowl. So who's going to make the Super Bowl over the Patriots if it's not Brock Osweiler leading them?
Super Bowl. You got to think about it.
There's more than 2 teams playing in the AFC. You still got like you don't think none of those teams are good. You don't think none of those teams can compete.
I don't think none of them teams are better than the only other team. The only other team that you made, Cincinnati Bengals.
That's what I said. The Bengals.
But that's it. But I'm saying the only I don't see the Bengals haven't proven to me for me to say that the Bengals will beat the Patriots or the Broncos.
We gotta wait to see who the wild card teams are too. Because all those wild card teams right now that are competing, they can compete with these top teams.
Right now, it looks like
they can compete.
Right now, it looks like Kansas.
It's not. I don't think it's gonna be. Well, Houston's playing well.
Houston's on a roll.
Houston's is
probably gonna make it.
But see, I think those teams right there can compete. Kansas City, I think Kansas City can compete.
But see, sorry, my fault. But right now, as it stands, I think the wild card teams Pittsburgh,
and Kansas City,
Houston. No, Houston. I thought Houston was tied to win. Y'all
like Houston are both 6 and 5.
There's like 5 teams.
Yeah, there's like 5 teams that are either 5 and 5 or 6 and 5.
Also, that would be Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Houston.
I think the Jets are in that mix.
The Jets, the Bills.
The Jets didn't win this past weekend, did they?
But it's still in the mix.
They did win this.
No, they're in the hunt. But I'm just talking about like currently sitting at the wild card right now. And then what I'm saying is right now, if you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, their defense, their secondary is so
atrocious.
Yeah, their secondary just gets obliterated by anybody that plays. And Russell Wilson had a field day with them on Sunday. Granted, it was his birthday, but and then you look at the Texans. I mean, I don't think the Texans are a team. The Texans are caught on fire. I don't know what happened. Bill O'Brien got them playing like stars or something. I don't know what has. Yeah, exactly. But then that isn't gonna cover you up against the better teams. I mean, the Bills defense was supposed to cover up the offensive deficiencies.
Penalties.
And it didn't work. You see, it didn't come out to work out for them. So I don't think that. But and here's the thing: I think the Patriots had a good chance of going undefeated if they would have stayed fully healthy. I honestly think what beat the Patriots was their health. Like it's the same thing like when we talked about the Golden State Warriors a few weeks ago. When we were talking about if they could beat the Bulls record, they have to be healthy. Like you definitely picked them. You said if Steph Curry goes down, you're obviously going to be like, wait, hold on a second. I only had them. I only had them that way if they were fully healthy.
I don't know right now because actually that team is actually.
No, but I'm saying, but
people are stepping up.
But no, but who the Golden State Warriors? No, but I'm saying if Steph Curry goes down, we all know what it is. We know what it is. They're not. Rashad, come on, please, don't do this. Please.
Let's go to the next
please.
Next topic.
Come on, please, Rashad. Come on, please. No, Rashad, please disagree. Please disagree. I'm begging you, disagree. Disagree. Why you always gotta be the Denver? Why can't you disagree? I'm just saying if Steph Curry's out for an extended amount of time.
20.
Let's say if he's out for.
It's over. 20 games. He's over.
let's say he's out for 3 weeks.
Bro,
Let's say he's out for 3 weeks. Let's say he's out for 3 weeks or 2 weeks. 3 or 2 weeks. You play like 7 games within that time span, 7 or 10 games in that time span, depending on how many back-to-backs you have. And imagine how many losses.
The way these players are playing.
Brock.
Okay, Brock. Okay, we're gonna go. Rashad just always finds a way. every show. I just want to get through one without him saying something. Without something being said that's like I just can't get through one.
I'm just saying, they're stepping up right now. Brandon Rush is stepping up.
So can Brock Osweiler lead the Broncos to the Super Bowl?
Thank you, Rudy. Thank you. I can't